Mr. Sawan Singh, sir. Sir, if possible, sir, please start the webinar, sir. Please, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. All right. I welcome everyone for the national webinar on financial empowerment through wealth creation. We waited for this webinar a lot. It's been almost 2 months. We've been waiting for this, and it's the result of the hard work for almost 2 to 3 weeks. I've been talking to Sir Ahmed always, and he's there. Thank you so much, sir, for being there as the coordinator for this program and making this success. And first of all, we wanted to have the prayer, and due to the connectivity issues, we cannot, because just now I got a call from one of our student who was supposed to do the prayers. She said, sir, I cannot join, so we'll skip that part. Almighty is always with us. We seek permission from him, and with that we go on with the program. And now I would like to call upon Ma'am Rosalie B. Marbene for the welcome speech. Ma'am, are you there? Miss Rosa? Hello. Sir Ahmed, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, she's not in list, sir.
She's not there in the list.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir.
So here is the name, Ronika. Ronika is name, sir. Ronika.
No, ma'am. No, sir. We are waiting for Ma'am Rosalie. Rosalie. Ma'am
No,
Rosalie.
sir. She is not. She is not, sir. She is not in list, sir.
All right. So what to do, sir? Shall we carry on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue, sir. Because our HOD, Miss Anna Madam is. So
okay.
You can continue with Miss Anna Ma'am.
Okay. So just because of the connectivity issue, those who are registered, and yes, for your kind information, we have 700 applicants today, as the registry as the registration says. We have 700 registrations from the whole country, and it's a big number. We thank every participant who have participated today, and we look forward to our keynote speaker, Sir Suryakant Sharma, and must awaited webinar to say. All right, so I will do the needful, which was supposed to be done by one of our teacher. Due to connectivity, she is not there. I welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Suryakant Sharma, Senior Consultant, AMFI, and who was the former chief of SBI. Sir, welcome to the webinar, and we are looking forward to have some guidance, some resources, and huge information from you, sir. And I welcome on behalf of the Department of Commerce, St. Mary's College, sir. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, my dear. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is my voice
Yes,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very clear, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, my dear. Thank you, Mr. Sawan Singh, moderator of this program. I am also thankful to your principal, your faculty members, your HOD, and all participants who have joined this program. And I am very happy that this program is being organized in a far-flung area of the country. But we are all one, my dear friends. We are all Indians, wherever we are. Maybe in Bihar, maybe in Gujarat, maybe Manipur, maybe Maharashtra, maybe Meghalaya. We are all Indians. So wherever we are one. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I am thankful to Mr. Sabjar Ahmed for coordinating this program with you during last 22 years. And I am very happy that you are working very hard for last 2 months for this program. So, and your efforts have given very, very, very happy results, that more than 700 registrations have been there, and almost 192 participants are present at this moment. My dear Saman Singh, if you don't mind, I will keep taking your name again and again during my program, and through you, I will be connecting with all the participants. So don't take it otherwise.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you. So I'm also thankful to all your faculty members and participants who have come, who have joined out of your college, because you have just mentioned that the registration have been across country, and this proves the oneness of our country. Wherever we are all Indians. So thank you very much. And
Most welcome, sir.
2-3 things I wish to mention about today's program before I start my session. And Anna ma'am and Saudha Kumari ma'am, I will keep taking your name again and again also, because the purpose is to connect with the participant. That's the only purpose. And because it has to be an interactive program, it should not be a one-way traffic, Anna ma'am, that I speak and you listen and go. That is not the purpose of this program. We want to be interactive. We should interact with each other, because we are here to discuss some program. And don't worry, I am not an expert. I am just like you. I have got some knowledge. You have got some knowledge. So we will basically sharing our knowledge in this program. And Mr. Sawan Singh, this program is from Association of Mutual Fund in India, Amfi, which is an apex body of mutual funds in India. But Anna ma'am, this is not a marketing event or a promotional event of mutual funds. I want to make it very clear to all participants. This is purely an investor awareness program. And madam, there are 2 categories of investors you will appreciate. One category of investors, those who are already earning, like you and me and Mr. Saman Singh and Shaheen ma'am and all other participants who are already earning. But at the same time, Anna ma'am, there are other category of investors who are not yet started earning. You are students. They are not invested as such at this moment, but definitely they are going to earn very soon after completion of their studies, after completion of their courses. So my program will be focused on both the categories of investors. And thirdly, as this program is for the participants, my dear participants, I will request all of you, kindly ask as much questions as you have in your mind. Whatever you have questions about the topic, whatever doubt you have about the topic, please keep sharing your questions in the chat box, and Mr. Saman Singh will take those questions after my session is over. And once my session is over, we will make this town hall, madam, open. Anybody can just raise the hand and ask the question directly as well. And I will request particularly, not to you, but your students, please have one notebook and pen with them, so that they can note down anything new idea or a new information which they might find in my session, which they can explore further through Google and websites. And Saudha ma'am, we are all aware that we are flooded with the information today. Everything is available on Google and websites. So these programs are just to sensitize you investors, to go deeper into the subject, because ma'am, money is yours. And how efficient we have been to manage our money, that is the crux of our prosperity. That is the basic crux of how we become more prosper and how we will have money. And madam, the today's subject is financial empowerment through wealth creation. There are 4 words in this topic. Maushmi, Paul ma'am. The first word is financial empowerment. And the second word is wealth creation. First, we should understand what is financial empowerment. And Anna ma'am, as a layman, I can say that financial empowerment simply means that I should have money when I need it. That is financial empowerment. That I should have money when I need it. And you will all agree that we will need money in our life, not today, not tomorrow, Anna ma'am, but throughout our life. At every step in our life, at every age, we will need money, rather huge money. So how we can have money which we want? Anna ma'am, can you just answer me a simple question I am just asking you? How we do have money in our life? What is the main source of money in our life? Can you tell me, ma'am? Can you unmute and tell me? Mr. Sabdar, kindly, yeah, ma'am.
Saving from our savings.
Ma'am, saving is the second step. We earn money through our salary, through our employment. Saving is the second step. So our main source of money in our life is the money which we earn. If we are in service, then through service. If we are in business, then through business. If we are in profession, then through profession. So we all earn money. We all earn money and we get money. And in people like you and me, those who are service class person, our main source of money is our salary which we get from our employer. But ma'am, can you tell me what is the other source of money in our life? Have you any idea about what is the other source of money in our life? Any idea? No. Yes, ma'am. There is other source of this, ma'am. There is other source of money in our life, which we, you are very right. Most of the people don't know that there is also other source of money, but it is, ma'am. It is then. What is that? That my money should also earn money for me. My money should also earn money. That is very important source, but most of the middle class, salary class person hardly give any importance to this source of money. So please do understand, all participants, that there are two major sources of money in our life. One, we earn as salary or in business, profit, or in professional fees. And second source is that my money should also earn money for me. And today, madam, we will talk mostly on the second aspect of the money. How my money can earn money for me. So now tell me, madam, we get salary. It is a fact that we get salary from our employer. What do we do with the salary? What do we do?
Saving.
No.
Investments.
Yeah. No. Investment comes third. That money which we earn, majority of our salary goes into taking care of our monthly expenses, regular expenses, children education, groceries, bills, lot of other things. So a good amount of our salary goes into taking care of our monthly expenses. But ma'am, you all know, you are again repeating the word saving, because we all know we Indians have a unique habit, ma'am. We Indians sincerely try, whether I am earning 10,000 or whether I am earning 10,000. We Indians sincerely try not to spend all the money which we earn. A small portion of the money we always try to take it away. And the money which we don't spend on our expenses or other activities is called savings. Saving basically, ma'am, is nothing but the amount which we don't spend. That is, you will appreciate that saving is nothing. But saving is the money which we don't spend out of our salary, out of our income. And we are all savers. And Anna ma'am, you might be aware that Indians are one of the best savers in the world still. It's because it is in our blood. Every Indian and every Indian family try to take away some money out of their income. Of course, nowadays it is very difficult because of inflation and all these things. But still, every family, may they be earning 10,000, may be earning 1 lakh, may be earning 10,000, 1 lakh rupees or 10 lakhs rupees. Every Indian family try to save the amount or as much as we can. Am I right, ma'am? We always try. So we are all savers. But one thing lacks here, madam. I don't know whether you will agree with me or not. But most of the Indians, one thing lacks here. That is, we do save. But unfortunately, we are not regular and consistent in saving. Of course, reasons are there. Because this month I might have saved 10,000. Next month it might be 12,000. Third month it might be 8,000. And fourth month it might be even 5,000. Reasons might be there. But we are casual about saving. But my dear young participant, Shaheen ma'am, and to all young participants, I want to request one thing to all of you. Very small thing, but very important thing in your life. please identify an amount of saving which you can make comfortably every month. And Anna ma'am, I am not prescribing anything. Normally people do prescribe. Save 20%, save 30%, save 40%. No, I am not prescribing you anything. What I am saying is, you yourself please decide. Suppose Anna ma'am, you say that your salary is 50,000 a month, and you say that your monthly expenses are around 40,000 a month. Then what you indirectly are saying is that you can save 10,000 a month. Then my request is very simple but very emphatic. Please do save this 10,000 upfront. The moment you get the salary, take it away as if you have not got it. Someone thinks, sir, it is difficult, but it is not impossible. Of course it is difficult, but it is not impossible. And Monica ma'am, this is small thing, very small thing, is going to change your life forever. I can give you a confidence of it. So the first thing I want to request all of you, particularly young participants like Mr. Saman Singh and Shaheen and Monica, please identify an amount of saving out of your income and then religiously save that amount every month, come what may. Come what may. That commitment and discipline has to be there, Anna ma'am. Of course, it is difficult, but it is not impossible. We can do it. Only thing is, Mr. Saman Singh, is it is developing a habit. It developing a commitment, come what may, I will save this amount. So the first thing I want to request about saving is, please identify an amount and then religiously save that amount every month. Second request I want to make, Mr. Saman Singh, about the saving is, please do keep increasing your saving every year minimum by 10%. Suppose this year, Anna ma'am, you are saving 10,000 a month. Then ideally speaking, next year, it should be 11,000 a month. Naturally, Anna ma'am will ask me how it is possible, but Anna ma'am has got an answer of it. Anna ma'am, we get increment. We get DNS allowance. We get increase in our salary. So our income keep increasing. Am I right, Mr. Saman Singh? Our income keep increasing every year. So with the increase in income, we must increase our saving definitely. And ideally, it should be 10% every year. Suppose this year you are saving 10,000 a month. Next year, it should be 11,000 a month. And third year, Mr. Saman Singh, it should be 12,200. Again, difficult, my dear, I know. It is difficult, but it is not impossible. Please do take command of your life. We have to commit that we can do difficult things, because only difficult things will give you better and extraordinary results, very honestly speaking. So second thing is, please keep increasing your saving minimum by 10%. Then the next question arises, Anna ma'am, what we do with the savings? We are saving, we will be saving. Mr. Saman Singh has committed with me that, okay, sir, next month onward, I will start saving a particular amount and then keep increasing every year. But the next question arises, Mr. Saman Singh, what we do with the savings which we do every month? Yes, there are two options available with us, Anna ma'am. The first option, which a foolish people like me will only do, and that is, I am saving religiously every month. I am saving, Mr. Saman Singh, whatever amount I have decided. But what foolishly I am doing, I am taking away that amount from my bank account where I am getting salary, counting that money in the currency, feel happy, and keeping that money in my box at home. Every month I am doing it. Or I am leaving that amount in my bank account. My dear participants, I do remind all of you, please stop this practice if you are doing it. Because, Mr. Saman Singh, it is an injustice to ourselves, to your family, and to our country as a whole. Never, never, never keep your savings at home in the currency form, Anna ma'am, or leave it in your bank account. Then naturally, Saman Singh will ask me, son, what to do? You have told me not to do this thing, then what to do? Yes, my dear. Option is available with all of us. And the option is, we should put our savings, my dear Saman Singh, understand it very carefully. We should put our savings into, number one, acquisition of some assets value of which will increase in future. First thing is, we should put our savings into acquisition of some assets, value of which will increase in future. And Anna ma'am, we should put our savings into some financial instrument which will give us regular and periodical return in future. And my dear Swan Singh, the process of putting your savings into acquisition of some assets and financial instrument, it is technically called, which Anna ma'am had just mentioned, investment. It is called investment. So my dear participant, please do understand, Monica, that saving is the first step, but investment is the second step. And Anna ma'am, if we save and if we don't invest, then the purpose of saving itself is defeated. Better not to save, enjoy with your money every month. So two things are very correlated. The first thing is, we must be saver, Mr. Sawan Singh. But at the same time, after saving, we must be investor. Why? Because Anna ma'am, only investment will create wealth in your life, not saving. Please do, saving is a very important thing, because without saving, what we will invest? But please do understand that we should save, but we should invest the saving. That is the crux of your financial empowerment. So we can say, Mr. Sawan Singh, that we are all savers and we are all investors also. And you must be putting your money, Anna ma'am, in one or other instrument, you must be putting your money. So you are investor as well. So we are all investors. But unfortunately, I don't know, Anna ma'am will agree with me, or Sudha ma'am, they are all are senior professors. I don't know whether you will agree with me or not, Anna ma'am. But unfortunately, most of the Indian middle class, salary class person, I am again limiting my subject to middle class, salary class person like you and me only. Most of the middle class, salary class person, Mr. Sawan Singh, despite their sincere efforts in saving and investment, we just remain money accumulators. We don't become wealth creators. Please do understand the difference between money accumulation and wealth creation. This is very important. Very, very important. And I don't know whether Anna ma'am will agree with me. Again, I repeat, because most of us just remain money accumulators. We don't become wealth creators. But Anna ma'am, please do understand, or prosperity will come not through money accumulation, never. It will come only through wealth creation. So, Mr. Sawan Singh, we first have to understand very clearly what is money accumulation and what is wealth creation. Then we will take it forward. And for that, if Anna ma'am permit me, I take her name. Anna ma'am, please allow me to take your name again here. In a very simple example, I am sharing with all your participants. And the example is very simple, Anna ma'am. The example is bank FD, bank fixed deposit. Why I am taking this example, Mr. Sawan Singh? Because we all know, even your students must be aware about the bank FD, because their parents might have done it. That is why I have taken the example of bank FD. Suppose, Anna ma'am, you have got 1 lakh rupees with you. Of course, you have much more than 1 lakh rupees. But just for example's sake, I take that you have got 1 lakh rupees with you. And you go for a bank FD for 1 year. If it's a good bank. And Anna ma'am, you are aware that nowadays the rate of interest on the FD for 1 year is around 5.50 or around 5.75, 6% even. So we take it 6%. Suppose, just to make it simple, we take it 6%. You go for a bank FD for 1 year at the rate of 6% interest. After 1 year, when your FD matures, myself and Sudha ma'am meet you and just ask you a simple question, "Madam, what happened to your FD?" Anna ma'am is very happy. What she says, and that is very natural, that she has earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income, and my money has been given back by the bank. Am I right, Mr. Swansingh? Simple. The answer will be simple and correct. I have earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income, and bank has given back my money 1 lakh rupees. You are right, ma'am. Are you right? When I ask this question, you might get errored. You might say, yes, I am absolutely right. You can see my passbook. I have got a bank credit of interest of 6,000 rupees, plus my money has been given back. So you are right. Anna ma'am, you are right, but you are not right. Here is the crux of how you have to understand. You are right because you got 6,000 rupees at bank interest income. But there are two very important factors, Mr. Swansingh, which we must keep in mind while analyzing return on our investment. And FD is also an investment, Mr. Swansingh. You will appreciate. So, and the first and foremost factor, which we all know, which we all discuss out day in, day out, that is inflation. Mehangai. Anna ma'am, we keep discussing about inflation day in, day out. Today, when you have started for the college, you might have scolded your family, children and all, or by try to squeeze the expenses because of inflation, prices have increased. Like that is very natural. Even in your staff room, the hot topic is inflation nowadays. Petrol prices have increased, this much have increased. That is very natural. So what is inflation, Anna ma'am? Inflation, simply speaking, Mr. Swansingh, inflation is nothing but increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. Am I right, ma'am? Inflation is nothing but increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. Anna ma'am, suppose during this 1 year when you had FD, suppose the inflation rate has been 5%. What does it mean? Swansingh, my dear Swansingh, it simply means that last year when Anna ma'am was going for FD, had she not gone for FD and might have purchased some item out of 1 lakh rupees or might have availed some services from 1 lakh rupees, then just tell me, ma'am, would you be able to purchase same item or same services after 1 year at 1 lakh rupees? Would it be possible, ma'am? Not possible. Why? Because of inflation, prices of those items or services have increased. So, and suppose the inflation rate has been 5%. What does it mean, Anna ma'am? Last year, whatever you could have purchased from 1 lakh rupees, after 1 year for the same item and same goods, Mr. Swansingh, she will need to pay not 1 lakh rupees, but 1,05,000 rupees. Am I right, ma'am? Now, she is agreeing with me. But now I want to tell you the blunt thing. Out of 6,000, madam, you earn, in reality, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. We normally don't take into account, but it is a reality that out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. But still Anna ma'am is happy, no problem, let it be 5,000 eaten by the inflation. Still I have got 1,000 rupees with me. No ma'am, there is other factor which we normally ignore. And that is that most of the income and return, Anna ma'am, you must be aware, Government of India takes income tax or some capital gain or some other type of tax. As far as FD is concerned, Mr. Swansingh, the rule is very clear. Whatever you earn as you bank interest on your FD, you will have to include that interest in your income tax return, and you will have to pay tax on that interest as per your slab. Maybe 20%, maybe 30%, maybe 10%, wherever you stand for, you will have to pay income tax also. The 10,000 exemption, Anna ma'am, which you get on interest income is only on your savings bank account, not on FD. Please do understand the difference. So whatever you earn as bank interest, bank FD interest, you will have to pay income tax on it. And suppose, Anna ma'am, you are in 20% bracket. Then on 6,000, you will have to pay 20% income tax as well. And 20% of 6,000, what it becomes, Mr. Swansingh? 1,200 rupees. Am I right? So Anna ma'am will have to pay 1,200 rupees as income tax also. And Mr. Swansingh, in my times, we were very much sure that income tax people will not come to my home to collect this 1,200 rupees. But now because of technology, all such information is automatically available with the income tax department. And now, ma'am, now you can't avoid it. You have to pay it. So now you see the proposition, Anna ma'am, you were very happy when you got 6,000 rupees as interest income. But in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation, and you have to pay 1,200 rupees as income tax. So 5,000 plus 1,200 means 6,200. So did you get anything in reality, Anna ma'am? No. Rather, 200 rupees has gone out of your pocket. And most of the income investment of middle class, salary class person are like this only. So please do understand, 6,000 which you earn as bank interest income, Anna ma'am, was your notional return. It was not your real return. And I take this example forward, my dear Swansing. Suppose the interest rate is 8% on bank FD. Suppose. Then in that scenario, Anna ma'am, you will earn 8,000 as bank interest. Am I right? You will earn 8,000 as bank interest. Again, keeping inflation at 5%. Out of 8,000, 5,000 will be eaten by the inflation. Again, 20% income tax on 8,000. That is 1,600 you will have to pay as income tax. But even after that, Mr. Swansing, there remains 1,400. 8,000 minus 5,000 minus 1,600. So there still remain 1,400. And my dear participant, this 1,400 is your real return. Please do understand, this 1,400 is your return. So we have to make sure, Mr. Swansing and Anna ma'am, that all our investment must earn some real return, notional, not notional return, but real return. And the formula of real return, Mr. Swansing, you please note it down. Real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability, if any. I again repeat, real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability, if any. In the first scenario, Mr. Swansing, when the interest rate was 6%, we got no real return. But in the second scenario, we got 1,400 as real return. And my dear participants, Monica, you must understand that unless and until we earn some real return on all our investments, we will not be creating wealth. So make it a point, Mr. Swansing, that you must earn some real return on all your investments. And if we don't earn it a real return, Anna ma'am, then we are sheer money accumulators. Of course, we got 6,000 rupees as bank interest income, but that was a notional return only. There was no real return. So please do understand, to be a successful investor, we have to earn some real return on all our investment. And again, I repeat, real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability. So my dear young participants, Shaheen ma'am and Ria, you must try to earn. When you start earning, if you are a student still, if you are a faculty member, then okay, well, you must see that all your investment must earn some real return. Because prosperity will come, Anna ma'am, only through real return, not through. This concept should be very clear with all of us. And this is the crux of your investment success. So now the question arises, why most of us, Anna ma'am, are money accumulators? Why we don't become wealth creators? But why? There must be some reason. Yes, Anna ma'am, there is a reason. And the reason is deep rooted, and the reason lies in our mind, not outside somewhere else. The reason lies in our mind is the most of middle class, salary class person. And the reason is, Anna ma'am, that most of the middle class, salary class person, Mr. Swansing, we are very clear. Anna ma'am is also very clear. Baba, we don't want to take any risk. Arey Baba, no, don't talk about any risk in the investment. Because we by nature are very protected. No, don't talk about risk. That is why. Because we don't even talk about the risk. And when we even don't talk, then how we will understand what the risk is? But Anna ma'am will send me a message in the chat box and say, sir, we don't want to take any risk. Now tell us something about safe investment. Normally people do send a message, tell us something about, Moshmi, tell us something about safe investment. But Anna ma'am, unfortunately, I don't know whether you will agree with me or not. Unfortunately, there is no such word safe investment. No, it is an illusion. Because except some governmental small saving scheme, which we will discuss afterwards, all investments have got risk, whether you accept it or not. So please do understand, most of the investment have got risk. Because unless and until, Monica, we accept that risk is there, we will not go deeper into the subject and understand how I can manage my risk. Because please do understand, young parts, of course, it will be difficult for Anna ma'am at this age to accept that risk is there. But young participants, I want to tell all of you, please do understand, in most of the investment, risk is there. And what is risk, simply speaking? Anna ma'am, risk simply means I might lose some money, or I might lose a majority of my money. That is the risk. But my dear participants, in most of the investment, risk is there. But now I want to give you confidence, Monica and Ria. Risk is there in the investment, Monica ma'am. But at the same time, we can manage your risk and we can minimize your risk. Yes, we can. Please do understand. First, accept that risk is there in investment, but we can manage your risk and we can minimize your risk. How we can do it, my dear participants? I don't know where Mr. Swarn Singh has gone.
Sir, I'm online, sir.
Oh, okay, my dear. So how we can do it, Mr. Swarn Singh? I am sharing a very simple formula to all of. I'm not using any technical words, because then people get bored when I start talking about the technical terms or all this. That is why I'm trying to make it as simple as I can. So how I can manage my risk? Because it is a must that I should manage my risk. How yes, my dear participants, I am just sharing, Mr. Saman Singh, two-word formula for managing your risk. Very simple two-word formula. And my dear participant and Mr. Saman Singh, just writing on the paper will not serve the purpose at all. Of course, you may write it, but that formula has to be kept in mind all the time. And what is the formula? I am using only two words. Now note it down, that formula, Moshmi. Think, understand, and invest. I have used only two words, Anna ma'am. Think, understand, and invest. The first word, Mr. Swarn Singh, first word I have used is think. What we have to think? We have to think two things about ourselves. We have to think two things about ourselves. The first and very important thing is, what is my risk appetite? How much risk I can take? What is my risk tolerance? It is one and the same thing. And what is my risk, Anna ma'am? Simply speaking, how much risk I can take. And my dear participants, Moshmi and Shaheen and Monica, you must understand, every individual has got different risk appetite. Mr. Swarn Singh has got different one. Anna ma'am has got different one. Other faculty members has got different one. Other participants, those are already and has different one. Why? Why, Mr. Swarn Singh? Because our income is different. Everybody is earning differently. And our liabilities are different. Some people might have least liability in their life, and some people are overburdened with the liabilities. So every individual has got different risk appetite. So one thing I want to tell Anna ma'am, particular to you, you might have made this mistake, and we all do it. And that is, we mostly follow others while taking our investment decision. Mostly. I just give an example. Suppose Mr. Swan Singh goes to the Anna ma'am chamber. Anna ma'am is filling some application for some investment. And Mr. Swan Singh asks her, Madam, what you are doing? Anna ma'am says that there is one investment scheme has come. I'm investing some of my money in that investment scheme. Mr. Swan Singh will also get temptation. Anna ma'am is a smart investor. Wherever she is investing must be a good product. I should also invest if I have some money. But my dear friend, this is a blunder which we all do. We must not do. And why? Because Anna ma'am has got different risk appetite, my dear friend, and you have got different one. Anna ma'am might be investing in the product which might be conservative, has least risk, but you can take high risk because you are very young. That is why I again repeat, we should never follow others on our investment decision. We should strictly follow our risk appetite. How much risk I can take. That is the crux of the success. And second thing I want to tell Mr. Saman Singh, risk appetite is not a constant factor, is not a permanent factor. Even in your life, your risk appetite keeps changing with the age. Mr. Swan Singh, when you are young, which you are, you can take high risk. But when you will attain the age of Anna ma'am, your risk appetite will be naturally down because of the age. And when you will attain my age, your risk appetite will literally be zero. So risk appetite is related to our age, Moshmi. It is not a constant factor. So I keep encouraging young participants like Mr. Swan Singh, Shaveen, Monica, and Moshmi. Please do take risk because you have got age as a plus point. Because suppose Swan Singh, suppose you invest somewhere and take some risk and your investment decision goes wrong. You might suffer loss. No problem. Let it be. Because you have got 30-40 years to go, you can rectify that mistake. That luxury I don't have. That is why I keep telling young participants, please do take a risk, but risk has to be calculated and it has to be strictly as per your risk appetite. So the first thing I want to tell you, you must analyze honestly your risk appetite, and your decision should be taken strictly, investment decision should be taken as per your risk appetite. Now, second thing which we have to think about ourselves, Anna ma'am, that is time horizon of investment. Time horizon of investment. And Moshme, we hardly look at the time horizon. Anna ma'am might have also not seen while investing her money. But time horizon of investment, Mr. Swan Kumar, is very, very important. And how it is important? I just take you forward and give you an example. Again, I take your name only now. Mr. Swan Singh, I will take now. Next Sunday, Mr. Swan Singh, would you kindly give me 1 hour? Would you give me 1 hour, Mr. Swan Singh, next Sunday?
Okay, sir.
Oh,
Because it's Sunday. Okay, sir.
Very reluctantly you have told me, sir, why you are coming to my home? I have not invited you. Still you are taking my time and coming. No, my dear friend, I am not coming to your home. Don't worry. But still I want 1 hour of yours. What?
Okay, sir.
Next Sunday, request all your family members to be with you. Request them to be with you. Sit with the all family members. Have one paper. On the paper, make 3 columns. First column, second column, and third column. And in the first column, my dear friend, after discussing with your family members, note down what are the major events in your life, which we also technically call, Anna ma'am, milestones in our life. What are the major milestones in our life? And Anna ma'am, what are the common milestones in middle class, salary class person, Moshmi? Are you aware? If you're not aware, I will share with most of them. The first major milestone, Mr. Swan Singh, in our life is marriage. Marriage is the first milestone, major event in our life. And after that, after some time, Mr. Swan Singh, birth of the children, celebration naturally. This is the second milestone. Then after some time, Mr. Swan Singh, you will think of having your own house. That is very natural. Every family wants their own house. Even when you have a parental house, every family will have their own house. So construction or purchase of the house. Then purchase of the four-wheeler is the minimum thing. Everybody, if you don't have so far, naturally every family will like to have a four-wheeler. And one new milestone, Anna ma'am, which is now very common in the young generation, particularly Moshme, Monica, and Shaheen, including Mr. Swan Singh, which was not common in my age, but now it is very common. That is, Mr. Swan Singh, going on vacation. Going on vacation. Every family wants to go on vacation. That is very natural. When Moshme will start working, and after some time she get married, and then her family will definitely force her to go on vacation. Arey Baba, why you are in this place only? Go to Rajasthan, go to Gujarat, go to Maharashtra, go to Tamil Nadu, and why in India only go to Switzerland, go to USA? Very natural. So every family, Mr. Swan Singh, nowadays, vacation has also become very important thing. Then after some years, your children are grown up. Then what is the next important milestone come in your life? Very important thing is higher education and professional education of children. That is very important milestone. You will appreciate. Higher education and professional education. Those who are students still, they will laugh at me, sir, what you are talking about. I have not started earning, and you are taking me to the higher education of children. I am not still married. I know, but I am just making you to understand the importance of these things, my dear friends. So higher education and professional education of children is the next milestone. After, once their education is over, Mr. Swan Singh, what will be the next one? Marriage of the children. Marriage of the children, naturally. Once their education is over, every parent will think of their marriage. Last and very important milestone is living retirement life. Living retirement life. That is very, very important. And Anna ma'am, I don't know whether you have pension in your college, but most of the government institutions, even government doesn't have pension now. At least Swan Singh must not be having pension now. So pension is not there. So how he will survive after retirement? From where money will come? So retirement life has become very, very important. So in the first column, Mr. Swan Singh, note down all your milestones. And if I have left out anything, I give you liberty to add on whatever you want. In the second column, my dear friend, against each milestone, start putting the period when they are likely to happen in your life. Again, idea only. Precisely, of course, it will not be possible, Anna ma'am. But just suppose somebody says that I am not married, but I am likely to be married after 2 years. Okay, put it 2 years against a marriage. Likewise, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, 20 year, 30. Start putting the period against each milestone, and that is an idea only. Riya, it will not be possible precisely. I know it is not possible, but just have an idea. Estimate only. And third column, very important column, Mr. Swan Singh now. Now start putting the money which you will need for each milestone. Suppose somebody say that I am not married. After 2 years, I am likely to be married. All other expenses of the marriage will be taken care of by my parents. But still, honeymoon package I will have to purchase. That is very natural. So for honeymoon package, I will need minimum money. So suppose, Mr. Swan Singh, you say that my honeymoon package will be coming of 5 lakhs rupees. Put it 5 lakhs against a marriage. But my dear participant, it will not be 5 lakhs, Mr. Swan Singh. Today, you are contemplating that your honeymoon package will come of 5 lakh rupees after 2 years. But Anna ma'am, when after 2 years, when they actually go for the honeymoon package, because of inflation, Moshmi, it might cost you not 5 lakhs, but 5 lakh 50,000 or 5 lakh 40,000. Am I right, Mr. Swan Singh? Because of inflation, the prices will.
Yes, sir.
So start putting the period or money against each item. Only two very important milestones I want to discuss with all of you. Anna ma'am, higher education and professional education of children is very important milestone in every parent's life. Very, very important. Mr. Swan Singh, you might be aware that a good MBA degree today from a reputed institution costs around 20 lakhs, including everything, hostel, all these things. It costs around 20 lakhs today. But Mr. Swan Singh, when your children will go for higher education after 25 years, not today, after 25 years, when your children will go for higher education, have you ever dreamed what will be the cost of MBA degree, Mr. Friend? The MBA degree
So
which
at least
is
3 times.
no, the MBA degree which is costing around 20 lakhs today, after 25 years, Anna ma'am, it will cost not less than 10 times, 2 crore rupees, because of inflation. Because of inflation. And suppose you have 2 children, then you will need not less than 4 crore rupees only for your higher education or professional education of your children. And then marriage of the children, not less than 1 crore rupees, Anna ma'am. Last very important thing is retirement life. And you don't have pension, Mr. Sun Singh. Suppose your age is 30 today. Suppose your age is 30 today, and you say that your monthly expenses you are managing with 30,000. Suppose you are saying that you are managing your monthly affair with the 30,000. My dear friend, when you become 60 after 30 years, please understand very carefully. When you become 60 after 30 years, for the same standard of living which you are managing at 30,000, my dear friend, you will need not less than 2 lakh rupees per month because of inflation. At the age of 60, today you are managing your monthly expenses with 30,000. The same standard of living, no extravaganza, ma'am. The same standard of living, my dear friend, you will need not less than 2 lakh rupees per month. And that too after retirement, where you will not be getting salary. The minus point of retirement, Anna ma'am, is our bank account will not be credited every month, which we get the salary like this today. So how I will manage my affairs? So normally for retirement, Mr. Swanjing, what we'll do? We start accumulating amount gradually. And when we retired, Anna ma'am, we definitely will get some superannuation benefit also. So we club all those money and we invest that money in some instrument and we earn some interest or income on that corpus, and that we survive, because we wouldn't be having a regular income after retirement, Mr. Singh. So how much your retirement corpus should be? There should be a very big question. How much your retirement corpus should be? Because Mr. Singh, you will need 2 lakh rupees per month. Multiply it by 12. Means 24 lakhs per year.
24 lakhs.
Per year. And that too at the age of 60. First year of retirement. It will be around 25 lakhs. So normally speaking, Anna ma'am, you must earn interest or income to the extent of 25 lakhs to survive yourself. That much of money you should accumulate for retirement corpus. So what is the thumb rule of retirement corpus? My dear Swansingh, you please note it down. Your retirement corpus should be saying minimum 20 times of your annual expenses. Minimum 20 times of your annual expenses. 25 lakhs annual expenses, multiply it by 20. What it becomes, my dear friend? 5 crore. Your retirement corpus should be not less than 5 crore. And it is the minimum, Anna ma'am. Ideally, it should be 30 times, means 7.50 crore. Because, my dear friend, you will require 2 lakhs at the age of 60. But when you become 70, this 2 lakh will increase to 2.5 or 3 lakhs because of inflation. And normally, Anna ma'am, you will appreciate now average age of Indian is increasing like everything. A normal normally the citizen is living beyond 75, 80. So you will be living minimum with 20 years, 25 years, even after retirement. So from where that money will come? So your retirement corpus should be minimum 5 crore. Now, my dear Swan Singh, I want to get you scary, and not to you, but all participants. Make the total of the last column. And you will be surprised, Anna ma'am, Mr. Swan Singh, a normal middle class, salary class person who is around 30 today will need not less than 10 to 12 crore rupees for their milestones only. 10 to 12 crore rupees for their milestones only. From where that money will come, my dear friend? I know Mr. Swan Singh is very lucky. Yesterday only KBC Amitabh Bachchan show has started. So he joining that KBC show and he will be winning 7.5 crore rupees definitely. But what about others? He will win, but what about the lakhs and crores of people? But yes, now I want to give you confidence. Young participant, Mr. Swan Singh and Monica and Shaheen and Ria and all young participants, you all can have 20 to 12 crore rupees in your life for your milestone, provided, underline word provided, Anya ma'am, provided you start working very sincerely right from today on your savings and investments. That is very, very important. And you all can have this confidence I want to give you. And this chart, Mr. Swarn Kumar, which we have just made, first column, second column, and third column, Anna ma'am, this chart is technically called financial plan. It is basically a financial plan. And I wish to request all of you, that is why I was taking 1 hour, Mr. Swarn Kumar, of yours. I wish to request all participants, please do develop a financial plan of yours. And Anna ma'am, it is not a rocket science. Very simple thing. Sit with your family, discuss each and every milestone, put the milestone in the first column, then the tentative period is likely to happen, and the money which you will need. And this financial plan, the benefit of this financial plan, Anna ma'am, is we have now broadly clear idea about the money which we will need in different intervals in our life. Broadly we will have a clear idea. Now Mr. Swan Singh will have better idea how much money he will need at what time. And once you have financial plan, then you can work very harder. Then because the targets are now very clear. You will need money at 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, 20 years, like this. So targets are broadly clear. So you will naturally work very harder on your savings and investment. And psychologists say, Anna ma'am, that those who have their financial plan in place, they have got better chance to have achieved the target of financial planning. Because you will work very harder. So my dear request, I will request all of you, please do understand the importance of financial plan and develop a financial plan for you and for your family. One more thing I want to request here, Anna ma'am, particularly young participants, and that is the 8th wonder of the world, Mr. Swan Singh. 8th wonder of the world. What is that? Rule of compounding. Rule of compounding, Anna ma'am, is the 8th wonder of the world. We don't understand the importance of rule of compounding, but my dear friend, please do understand rule of compounding is very, very, very important in your wealth creation and prosperity. And what is rule of compounding in investment, Anna ma'am? Very simply, I am putting it in the simplest way, Mr. Swan Singh. You have to make a commitment with yourself. You have to make a promise with yourself, Anna ma'am, that whenever and whatever return or income I get on my investment, I again repeat, whenever and whatever return or income I get on my investment, I will not use that return or income for my personal consumption, for my celebration, or for my vacation. What I will simply do, I will club that return with my regular investment, which I am making, and reinvest it. It is difficult, my dear friend, but it has to be done. It has to be done. Because that's the only way of accumulating huge wealth. I again repeat, you must religiously follow Mr. Son Singh, that whatever you earn on your investment, maybe 500 rupees, maybe 5 lakhs rupees, you must not use that return for your personal consumption or for celebration. You simply put that money with your regular investment and reinvest it. And if you do it for 15, 20 years, if you do it, and you have to do it, I'm very clear, you have to do it, then the results will be mesmerizing, Anna ma'am. Because after 15, 20 years, you will be very happy to know, Mr. Son Singh, that your return portion has become much, much bigger than your original investment. But it will not be happening, not today, not tomorrow, not in 1 year, not in 5 years, Shaheen. It will be happening after 15, 20 years. So please do follow rule of compounding very religiously in your investment. And that is a magic. Rule of compounding is a magic. But rule of compounding, Shaheen, will happening not today. It will take time. That is why have patience your investment to grow. Have patience. People have become impatient nowadays. People want to make fast buck of money. I want to make money very fast. It is not possible, my dear friend. Investment success takes time. Give time to your investment. Of course, but at the same time, you must be looking at your investment, whether your investment is earning some real return. If not, you can review your investments yearly or half yearly. And then wherever your investment are not earning any real return, you switch to other products. So rule of compounding is 8th wonder of the world. Now, this was the first portion of my session. And I will take hardly 15 minutes, 20 minutes more if Anna ma'am permit me. Next portion, next session, we will be discussing, my dear friend, where to invest. What are the products available for the middle class, salary class person to invest? Because that is equally important, Anna ma'am. You will appreciate. Because where to invest? What are the products available for the middle class, salary class person? Mr. Basiruddin, sir. What are the products available for us? Yes. The first category of product available for us, my dear participant, and Shaheen and Monica, you also note it down. Governmental small saving scheme. This is the first category I am mentioning. Governmental small saving scheme, RIA. And the first scheme of the governmental small saving scheme, and Anna ma'am, very good scheme. And Anna ma'am, if you have not started that account and you have not started investing in that scheme, you have missed something. And Mr. Swan Singh, you also please note it down. If you have not done so far, please do it at once. And the scheme name is, Anna ma'am, Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. This is a very good scheme of I am talking of the government scheme only, Anna ma'am. No private scheme as of now. Public Provident Account is a Government of India scheme. And Mr. Swan Singh, you can open PPF account in any of the bank or post offices. Minimum amount you have to deposit in this scheme is 500 rupees in a year. Minimum. And maximum amount you can deposit is 1.50 lakhs in a year. And Anna ma'am, it is a EEE scheme. Exempt. No tax at all at any level. No income tax, no other tax. Very unique scheme. And Anna ma'am, you can open a PPF account in your spouse name also, even when he or she is not working or not earning. Legally, you can do it. And so PPF account is a very good scheme of the Government of India. Even today, Mr. Son Singh, it is earning 7.10% interest every year. 7.10% interest every year. And the scheme is for 15 years, Anna ma'am, but it can be extended for another 5 years, another 5 years, another 5 years. And you should not stop that scheme unless and until you need money. You should continue with that scheme. And two very small things I want to request about the PPF Anna ma'am scheme is, if possible, please try to deposit 1.50 lakhs, which is the maximum limit, annual limit, at the beginning of the financial year itself. If possible. Deposit 1.50 lakhs under PPF, Mr. Son Singh, at the beginning of the financial year, means April to March. So financial year up to 5th of April, every year you should try to deposit 1.50 lakhs. And if not possible, then whenever you have money, you keep depositing it. But whenever you deposit, please mind it, Mr. Son Singh, you should deposit minimum, or you should deposit, whenever you deposit, it should be, Anna ma'am, before 5th of the month. Because if you deposit on the 6th of the month, you will not get the interest for that month. Very small thing, but very important thing. So always try to deposit amount under PPF before 5th of the month, and if possible, deposit 1.50 lakhs. Because it is a very small thing, Anna ma'am, but over a period of 15-20 years, it will make a difference of thousands and thousands of rupees. So first, PPF account is a very good scheme of the Government of India, and every middle class, salary class person must have PPF account, Public Provident Fund. Second is National Savings Certificate. Second scheme, again government, I'm talking about National Savings Certificate, NSC. National Savings Certificate, NSC. I don't have the time, so I will not give the details. Anna ma'am, you can have the details on your websites, post office website, you can go Government of India website, you can get everything. Second scheme is NSC. Third scheme is Kisan Vikas Patra. Kisan Vikas Patra, KISAN Vikas Patra. And Anna ma'am, a very good scheme of Government of India scheme is there. That scheme name is, and scheme is only limited to girl child. Anna ma'am, if you have girl child at your home, or any participant who have got, Mr. Son Singh also, please note it down. And even when you have don't have a girl child, tell this about this scheme to your relations and families who have got girl at their home. The scheme name is Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. And Monica and Ria, you also go and discuss with this scheme with your parents, with your sister, with your brothers. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Anna ma'am, it is purely for the girl child. The scheme has been devised for the education and marriage of the girls. Very good scheme of the Government of India. Minimum, you can open an account in post office or any bank. Minimum amount you can deposit is 250 rupees. And maximum amount you can deposit is 1.50 lakhs in this scheme, annual deposit. And Mr. Son Singh, you will earn 7.40% interest, which is the highest interest now Government of India is giving. And Anna ma'am, Government of India has promised that in Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, interest rate will always be highest. Government will always give you highest return. So those who have girl child at home and whose age is below 10, this is a precondition. The girl age must be below 10. So they should open a Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, and when the girl become 18, Anna ma'am, they can withdraw up to 50% of the total deposit for her higher education, up to 15%. And after 21 years, for her marriage, they can withdraw and close the account. So that is, the scheme is only for the girl child, for her education and for marriage. Third one is RBI, Reserve Bank of India, keep issuing taxable and tax-free bonds. RBI keep issuing tax-free and taxable bonds. And even today, Mr. Swan Singh, RBI is giving 7.15% interest annually to be paid half yearly. So you can invest some of your money in RBI bond as well. Then Government of India also keep issuing security. Government of India, Anna ma'am, you must be aware, take loan from the public regularly. And for that, Reserve Bank had recently started a new portal, new website. Name of the portal is RBI Retail Central. RBI Retail Central. You can visit the website, get yourself registered, and then start investing a small amount in government securities. Then railways, National Highway Authority, SIDBI, and big government corporations, Anna ma'am, also keep issuing bonds and debentures and infrastructure bonds where you can invest. And all these I have just mentioned, Mr. Swan Singh, are Government of India scheme. And Anna ma'am, the beauty of these schemes is there is no risk at all. No risk at all. Whatever government promises you, government will pay you interest. Or when a scheme matures, whatever your mature amount, government will give you. So all these schemes have a unique feature of no risk at all. And I personally feel something that you should invest, and a normal middle class, salary class person should invest around 15 to 20%. 15 to 20% of their investment into governmental scheme, because return may not be extraordinary, but without any risk. That's the beauty of those schemes. So, second category, but now all other products have got risk. Mind it. Except governmental small saving scheme, Anna ma'am, all other schemes have got risk now. Please do understand. But before that, Anna ma'am, I just want to ask you one thing. Have you ever seen the horses race on the TV? There is a game of when horse race is there. You might have seen on the TV, at least you might have not gone to physically see it. There is a golden rule of that game, Anna ma'am. Never put all your money on a single horse. Try to spread your money with 4 or 5 horses. Why? Because if one horse doesn't win, your all money will go. But if you spread your money on more than 1 or 2, 3 horses, out of 4 or 5 horses, one might win. So at least you will get some money. And the same rule applies here also, Mr. Saman Singh. Same rule also applies here. You must not invest all your money in one product. Try to spread your investment in different products. And try to develop a basket of investment. It is technically called basket of investment. Try to develop a basket. Some products might have less risk. Some product might have high risk. Some product might have moderate risk. But overall, your risk will be balanced. So try to develop a basket of investment. Now, the second product where we can invest, Anna ma'am, is real estate and property, where we can invest. Naturally, you must, but then it has got risk. Mr. Swan Singh, you must be aware, it has got risk. How much price money you will get or selling the property, not known. Whether you will be able to sell the property when you need the money, not certain. And maintenance cost of the property or real estate, Anna ma'am, is also very high. And top of it, investment in real estate requires huge money, Anna ma'am. You can't invest money in 5 lakh or 10 lakhs in real estate. You will need 50 lakhs, 70 lakhs, more money. So real estate is an option. How much you should invest, I leave it to you. But I have just mentioned the third product where we can invest. And now I am sure Anna ma'am will have a smile on her face. And not only Anna ma'am, all female participants will have a smile on their faces. And that is what it is, Anna ma'am? Gold, yeah. Son Singh got it right. Gold. Gold. When I start talking about the gold, my female participant have a different smile on their faces. That is very natural. That is very natural. Historically, Anna ma'am, gold, middle class, salary class person has treated as a safety wall. It is not an investment, basically. It is a safety wall. And Anna ma'am, you might be aware, at the time of marriage of daughters, we give them jewelry and gold. Why? There is a deep-rooted thinking. And that is, Mr. Swan Singh, that in case my daughter gets some problem in future, some financial problem or other, they can come out of that problem by mortgaging or selling gold. That is why we give gold in the marriage. But nowadays, Anna ma'am, earlier we were purchasing gold only through jewelry or gold biscuits. But now time has changed. You can purchase gold in digital form as well. And Anna ma'am, for that, I am sharing you the details from one of the government scheme only, no private scheme, Mr. Son Singh. And Shaheen and Monica and Ria, you also tell, when you go to home today, tell your mother about this scheme. The name of the scheme is Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. SOVEREIGN. Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. Very good scheme of the Government of India, Anna ma'am, where you can invest the money and you will not get any gold. You will get a certificate from the Government of India. It is a Government of India scheme, no private scheme, my dear friend. It is a Government of India scheme. You will get a certificate that this much of the gold has been kept for you in the government. And minimum amount you can invest in this scheme, Mr. Swan Singh, is 1 gram gold price, which is decided by the government, announced by the government. And maximum you can invest is 4 kg gold. Minimum 1 gram gold, maximum 4 kg gold. And Government of India announced the price at the start of the scheme. Every month they are announcing the scheme. There are 2 benefits, Anna ma'am. The first benefit is, whatever you deposit or invest in this scheme, you will get 2.5% interest on it. Suppose you have invested 1 lakh rupees, Anna ma'am, you will get 2,500 rupees every year as interest. This is guaranteed. Additionally, this scheme is for 8 years. Suppose today, Anna ma'am, you invest in the scheme when government announced that 10 gram gold price at 50,000. Suppose. Then after 8 years, suppose the gold price has gone to 80,000, 10 gram. From 50,000 to 80,000, you will get 80,000. So the appreciation of the gold price will also be given to you. 2 benefits are there. First is 2.5% guaranteed return, and whatever appreciation of the gold price will also be given to you. And the scheme is for 8 years. And Anna ma'am, if you remain invested in the scheme for 8 years, your tax liability will literally be 0. Minimum. But if you want to withdraw money in between, after 3 or 4 years, you can withdraw, then there might be some tax liability. So sovereign gold bond is a very good scheme of the Government of India. And nowadays, people should not keep gold at the home, because you will not have sound sleep, Anna ma'am, if the gold is kept at home. Or if you keep gold at the locker, annual charges of the locker will have to be paid. That is also an additional burden. So this alternative is there. You can invest that in the scheme, and you can make investment in this scheme online and offline both. But online also you can make investment. And Miss Anna ma'am, if you make online investment, then you will also get 50 rupees discount also in the gold price. That is only just to encourage online investment. So suppose the gold price is 50,000 and you invest online, then you will have to pay only 49,950 only. So that is the additional benefit Government of India giving for online investment. So sovereign gold bond is a very good scheme. And last where we can invest is securities market, share bazaar, where we can invest. But Anna ma'am, when I start talking about the security market, Anna ma'am may send a chat box message in a chat box. Are sir, this is sheer speculation. We don't know how it works, when market goes down, how market goes up. And Anna ma'am might have invested some amount on the advice of some others, and she might have lost the money. So now she is very clear, she will not invest into security market. Yes, there are people like this. Because, my dear participants, I want to tell you, Mr. Swan Singh, security market is a purely knowledge-based market. It is purely knowledge-based market. And Shaheen, if you don't have knowledge of the market, you must not invest directly. This is also my advice to all of you. So security market is a purely knowledge-based market. If you don't have any knowledge of the market, you must not invest into the market. But Anna ma'am, one thing I want to tell you, all of you, you might not be aware. Security market has given 15% average return during last 35 years, which no other product has given. 15% average annual return, not regular return, average return. During last, your governmental scheme has hardly given 7%. Gold has given hardly 5%. Property has given hardly 7.5%. But security market has given. But I am not encouraging anybody to invest in security unless until you have knowledge. But now there is an indirect way of investing into security market, Anna ma'am, and that is mutual fund. Mutual fund is a way where you can indirectly invest into the security market. How it is security market? It is security market or a mutual fund is an indirect way, because you are not directly investing. You are simply giving your money to the experts. They are technically called fund managers. So you are giving your money to the fund manager. Why? Because of 2-3 reasons. Firstly, I don't have knowledge. The people have knowledge. They are experts in the field. And because so their decision will be much more better than me. Second thing, I don't have time, and they have 24 hours to live in the market only. So they have time to for this project. And thirdly, I am giving my money for the simple reason that I want to earn return. It is not a social service. Please understand it. It is not a social service, my dear friend. It is a proposition, Mr. Swan Singh, that I am giving my money to them to invest my money into the scheme as per a scheme and earn return for me, and maximum return for me, and give back return to me. So mutual fund is a proposition where I give my money to earn return, very simply speaking. And there are 3 broad categories of mutual fund schemes. But before that, I want to very unique feature of the mutual fund is, Mr. Swan Singh, mutual fund schemes are available as per your risk appetite. Those who have high risk appetite, schemes are available. Those who have moderate risk appetite, schemes are available. Those who have least risk appetite, schemes are available. So for all categories of investor, as per their risk appetite, different risks, different schemes are available. Like we, Janna ma'am, in mutual fund, schemes are available where you can invest your money even for one night. Even for one night, if you want to invest, mutual fund scheme is available. That is called overnight funds. If you want to invest your money for 1 month, 1 week, 2 months, liquid funds are available. If you want to invest your money for 6 months or 1 year, ultra short-term debt funds are available. If you want to invest your money for 3 years, 5 years, then long-term equity funds and debt funds are available. So different category for as per your time horizon of investment, mutual fund schemes are available. 3 unique features in the mutual fund I want to tell all of you, because mutual fund I can speak on 2 hours minimum. That is a very lengthy, but just to make it squeeze it, where I will try to next time when, if you are interested, Anna ma'am and faculty members are interested, we will have a detailed session on mutual funds next time if you are interested. the three unique features of the mutual fund is the first and foremost, and that is relevant to you, Mr. Swansingh, and all young participants. That is SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. Anna ma'am, SIP is a magic for middle class, salary class person. It's a magic. And SIP is nothing, my dear friend. It is just a, you are regularly investing particular amount, maybe 500, minimum amount is 500. You are every month you are investing 500 rupees, but SIP can be weekly even, my dear friend. It can be fortnightly, it can be quarterly, it can be monthly as per your comfort. So SIP is a proposition where you are regularly investing, and SIP can be in all schemes. And SIP is a magic, my dear friend. I want to tell you, because we middle class, Anna ma'am, we got salary every month. That is why it is convenient for us to save regularly, to save on monthly basis. So SIP is a magic for the middle class person. And how is it magic? I want to give you one example. But it is not a story, ma'am. It is a fact. Facts I am sharing with you, but I will not name the scheme. I will not name the mutual fund company because that will be unfair on my part. That will be marketing of that scheme. But facts are there. Actual facts are there. And you please note down the facts so you can make out how SIP wonders. A mutual fund company, which is technically called AMC, started an equity fund in 1995. Note down the dates very carefully. One mutual fund company started. Ria, you also understand what I am saying now. One mutual fund company started an equity fund in 1995. And Anna ma'am, who was very young at that time, still she is very young, but suppose she started an SIP of 10,000 rupees. Every month she is investing 10,000 rupees. Right from 1995 till today, till 2022, August. Every month she is investing 10,000 rupees per month. And during this period, Mr. Swansingh, market might have gone 100 times, market might have gone 100 times. Sometimes it might have peaked, sometimes it went touch bottom. 100 times, more than 100. Because you please understand, movement of the market is the basic character of the market. Market will always go up and down. Always. Always market will go up and down. But Anna ma'am was very consistent and regular. She never missed a SIP, because normally what happens, Anna ma'am, when market goes up, people start investing. Arey Baba, we will make money, we will make profit. But when markets go down, people get scary. Arey, no, we will suffer losses. They withdraw their SIP, they withdraw their money even. But Anna ma'am didn't do it. That was the crux of her success. She regularly and consistently, without ignoring the movement of the market, every month she invested 10,000 rupees as SIP in equity scheme. And Mr. Swansingh, Anna ma'am will not tell you the corpus she has today in that scheme. I know, but I want to share her corpus. Now she has got a corpus of 9.57 crore. She has got a corpus of 9.57 crore. That's the magic of SIP. What I want to tell you, magic will happen not today, not tomorrow, after 10, 15, 20 years. And Mr. Swansingh, you are a very young person. You have got a lot of things to do in your life. So you set the target. Why you are thinking of the immediate return? You think of the return after 10, 15, 20 years. So you can start an SIP. And now top-up facility in SIP and NAMM is also available. Suppose you start SIP with 1,000 rupees. After 1 year, you can automatically give the mandate that it will be 1,200 rupees after 1 year. It will be 1,500 rupees in the third year. It will be 2,000 in fourth year. That you keep increasing your SIP. That automatic mandate you can give. And I know a lot of my friends, Anna ma'am, who have started more than one SIP. Not one SIP, 5, 6 SIPs. And that is target-oriented SIP. One SIP for going on vacation. one SIP for higher education of children, one SIP for retirement plan, one SIP for other thing. So they have started more than one SIP. And now on the website, SIP calculators are available, Anna ma'am. Suppose you say that Anna ma'am said that she will need at 1 crore rupees after 15 years for their children's higher education. So target is 1 crore, time is 15 years. Put those figure and SIP calculator, Anna ma'am will give you idea how much SIP you should start right from today. So SIP is a magic, and your students, Sheen and Monica, those who are even students, I will tell them, start an SIP of even 500 rupees out of their pocket money in a good equity fund. Because by the time you start earning, that will give you a very fair idea what mutual fund and how it works. So Mr. Swan Singh, I will request you, first understand the concept of mutual fund and SIP. Don't be in a hurry, take your time. Understand it. I will share 4 or 5 websites. Please note it down. These are very useful websites where you should visit and understand what mutual fund is. First is Amfi website, AMFI, Amfi website. Lot of materials are available about the mutual fund on Amfi website. Small videos are also available. Anna ma'am, 1 minute and 2 minute videos. You see. Then second one is, others are private websites. I am not marketing them, but I find them useful. That is why I am sharing it. Second one is Value Research. Value Research is a very good website. Second one is Value Research. Third one is Money Control. Money Control. And Monica and Shaheen should also note it down. And fourth and last one is, there are otherwise hundreds of websites. Fourth one is ET Money, Economic Times Money. So you should visit these websites and other websites, Mr. Swan Singh, and first get the idea what mutual fund is, what is SIP, how it works and all these things. And then start your SIP after 1 or 2 months. The other feature of the mutual fund is SWP. Anna ma'am, I have just mentioned about the SIP. Now I am mentioning SWP, Mr. Swan Singh. And Anna ma'am, SWP is opposite of SIP. In SIP, we regularly invest. We regularly invest for a longer period. But SWP is a tool, Anna ma'am, which we can use when we get retired. Suppose, Anna ma'am, after 20 years you get retired, but you have been a very smart investor. You have accumulated a corpus of 5 crore rupees, but pension is not there. How Swan Singh will survive after retirement? Mutual fund give you a facility, Mr. Swan Singh. Suppose you have got a corpus of 5 crore rupees in a mutual fund. You simply write a one-liner mail to them that next month onwards, kindly keep transferring 2 lakh rupees, whatever you decide, 2 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, from my corpus to my bank account on first. And they will do it. Ultimately, it is your money. But the first benefit is you will get a reasonable amount of required money in your bank account on first, just like a salary. So you will not be bothered about the monthly expenses. You see, the first and second benefit is your remaining corpus is continuing getting returned. So suppose after 10 years, you want to increase the monthly withdrawal from 1.50 lakhs to 2 lakhs. You can easily do it because your corpus has got some return or income also. So SWP is a facility for your retirement life. But for that, Mr. Swan Singh, you have to accumulate a huge corpus. That is very clear. And I can go on mutual fund, but time is Anna ma'am is also looking at a watch regularly. So I have to stop it. But next time, if you give me time, we will discuss in detail. Last 2-3 things I want to tell you. And that is very important thing, Ria. And all students even go today and discuss with your parents. And Anna ma'am, there is a menace in our country, including your area also. That is Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. Mr. Swan Singh, people do come with the promise of doubling your money in 4 years, giving you 15% return, this incentive, that incentive. They are all fraud. I'm using the very harsh word for them, Anna ma'am. They're all fraud. They will not make their promise good because they don't have any business plan. They will collect the money and one day they will vanish. And you might not be aware, Anna ma'am, more than 10 lakhs crores of rupees of Indian citizens have been lost in such bogus schemes across country. And who invests normally, Anna ma'am? I know you will not invest. You are an educated person. Mr. Son Singh are also educated person. Normally, people who are not educated, your electrician, your plumber, your auto driver, your taxi driver, your maid servant, your peon, normally they invest with the temptation of getting higher return because they don't understand anything. So, Anna ma'am, I am giving you a social responsibility, not to you, but all your faculty members. Please start a campaign in your area with the help of your students. Try to educate and make people aware as much as you can that they should never invest their hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme and chit funds. And if they don't know anything, Mr. Swan Singh, they simply put their money in bank and post offices. At least their money will be safe. So please, to take this forward, it is your social responsibility and make people aware as much as you can. And last thing, Monica, please unmute yourself, and Shaheen and Ria both. Please, if you can unmute yourself. And all, please unmute yourself. I want to take one oath from you. Prosperity is my right. We are all telling to ourselves, Anna ma'am, prosperity is your right. It is not a begging people will give us. It is your right. We must be prosper. And we all can be prosper. Anna ma'am, I might have born into a poor family. Incidentally, it might have happened, Mr. Son Singh, that I might have born into a poor family. Birth in a poor family is not a curse. But living as poor and die as poor is a curse. And we all can avoid that curse by managing our money in the manner which we have discussed today. And I all pray Almighty that you should always, you all be prosper, which is your right. God bless you all.
One more, sir, I have a question, if you could allow me.
Now, my session is over. Now you can have 100 questions, 100, no problem at all.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. For last session, I heard you about different plannings, and this session was also very informative and very much relevant to the previous one. My question is this: nowadays, very private companies are just serving so lucrative schemes, especially in the field of mutual funds or SIPs. Then why should we opt only government bonds or government policies or government mutual funds, where there is authority, RBI is controlling, or some other regulatories are also controlling them? They cannot go beyond the laws.
My dear, first I want to tell you that mutual funds are regulated by SEBI, not by RBI.
Correct.
SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India.
Board of India, correct, sir.
And all mutual funds are at par. Maybe government, maybe private. Don't worry about that. Don't be scary about that. They are strongly regulated. Each and every of their scheme is regulated by SEBI. So don't have a notion that only government companies should invest, only because they are all at par. They are strongly regulated by SEBI. And secondly, they invest their money, your money, as per SEBI regulation. They can't go beyond that. So don't worry about your investment, may it be in government mutual fund like SBI or LIC, or private like ICICI, HDFC. Lot of 44 mutual fund companies are there in India today, and all are equal.
One more thing I would like to have a clear opinion at your end, sir. There are so many companies, private companies, they are claiming for the assured return. then shall we go for that investment or not? Where
Not
therein
at all. No, I got your point. Not at all. This is my answer. Because there is no guarantee, my dear. Because there are a lot of factors which are dependent upon. So those who give guaranteed return except government, governmental small saving we have just discussed. They definitely government is giving guarantee. But except government, if any private entity is giving you guarantee, don't rely on their guarantee. Because nobody can give you guarantee, Anna ma'am. Because it will depend on a lot of factors. Return may be higher, return may be low. That is a factor. That is why in every caption you might have read, these are under market conditions. Risks are under market conditions. So don't go for guaranteed returns.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Dhana Lakshmi.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, very nice presentation and very clear about your presentation, sir. And also, one thing I want to discuss, sir. I invested in money in postal insurance, sir. Whether it's a useful one, it's a beneficial one, sir.
Ma'am, first you understand, and all of you, rather, I just forgot that point. Mr. Swan Singh, insurance is not an investment. It is a must, but it is not an investment. Dhana Lakshmi ma'am, it is not an investment. Because insurance we take just to safeguard the interests of our family, that in case I am not available to my family tomorrow because of death, my family will get that much of amount. That's the purpose of life insurance cover. So please don't treat insurance as an investment, but it is a must. You must take it. And nowadays, Mr. Swan Kumar, for people like you, a very good insurance product is available in the market that is called term insurance. TERM, term insurance, where you can get the highest insurance cover by paying a very small sum of amount. Suppose your age is around between 25 to 30, you can take a life insurance cover of 1 crore rupees by paying a monthly premium hardly of 500 or 600 rupees. And one more thing, my dear participants, young participants, I can't tell it to Anna ma'am, but to you, Mr. Swan Kumar, and all young participants, your insurance cover should be minimum 10 times of your annual income. Minimum 10 times. Suppose your annual income is 20 lakhs, then ideally you should have life insurance cover of not less than 2 crore rupees. 2 crores. This is the minimum I am telling you. Ideally, you can have 20 times or 15 times. So you should have life insurance cover, but please don't club insurance and investment. Both are different things.
That is the savings. Savings through postal savings on the insurance. We have to pay the certain sum of amount regularly, monthly wise, 4,000.
I know, ma'am. I know postal insurance. It is governed by the government of India.
Yes.
But it is, again I repeat, you do take life insurance, postal insurance, but don't treat it as saving. Because in word over, ma'am, insurance sector has not been generating more than 5% return. Word over. More than 5% return. But since it is a postal insurance, government of India, good thing you have done. But again, I repeat, if you are young, like Mr. Swan Singh, or age around 30 years, better go for independent insurance cover of through term insurance.
Okay, sir. Sir, which mutual fund company I have to choose, sir?
No, that I'm not marketing anybody. You have to study.
You are not marketing, but I need a suggestion from you, sir, because we investing the money in which mutual fund institution is.
Ma'am, again, if I suggest something, then I'm marketing them. Then that I can't do. That is my limitation. Very honestly speaking, I'm not here for marketing of any company or for any product. I am here just to sensitize you to understand what are the products available and what the investment is, what the saving is, how we can maximize your investment. This is my purpose here. So I will not name any company for that matter.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anna ma'am, I want your observation as well on the session.
Sir, I have a question also.
Yeah, please.
Since I'm investing, in one of the investments of mutual fund investment of SBI.
Okay.
So are they, do they have a less risk or not no risk, but less risk?
No, ma'am.
There's a risk factor that I'm scared of.
No, of course, you are still young, so you should not be scared of risk, very honestly speaking. But your risk has to be as per your risk appetite. That is a fact. I don't know which scheme you have invested, but
it's a blue chip.
Blue chip is a very, very good scheme, but you have to continue for minimum 10-15 years. Mind it. Blue chip simply means that your money is being invested into larger companies. Already they are performing very well. Already they are performing. They are consistent performer. So it is a very good scheme. But it is one-to-one only. So personally, I am advising you, it is a good scheme. But continue with it for minimum 10-15 years.
So assured that I will not, lose in the future. Is it?
I will come to your place physically and then give you physical assurance.
Okay, thank you.
Don't worry. Yes, it is a good scheme. It has a good track record. Of late, it has performed reasonably well. It is okay. It's okay. Continue it with. My again emphasis is continue with the SIP for minimum 10, 15, 20 years. Then magic will happen. Then what is your observation about the session? Please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, sir is asking your observation regarding the webinar.
Please.
Yes, sir. It's very informative. You are preparing us, all of us, not only the students, but me personally, to face the future, because I still have young kids. So I'm really going to chart out those milestones. You're really preparing us. Though it's a little scary, but preparedness is there. So thank you, sir.
I want you to be scary, because then you will work very harder, very honestly speaking. That is the only purpose of making you scary is that you should be more alert now. You should be more, because you have time to invest. That is why I don't want to make people scary, but I do it intentionally so that they start working on their savings and investment right from today in a right earnest.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other question from any participants?
We are open for the question answer round. Anybody wants to ask any question? So
anybody can just raise their hand and ask the question. They are welcome. There are no questions from students. Monica, Shaheen.
Students, our 5th semester students, kindly ask questions from sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Dear students, kindly ask questions.
Yes, take this as an opportunity. Take this as an opportunity, students, to clear your doubts. Since there is a topic, mutual funds, so students should want to ask questions actually. 5th semester.
Okay, no problem. No question. Yeah, Shaheen.
Firstly, a very good evening. Sir, as you have mentioned earlier that to invest in any mutual funds or anything, first we have to know about the risk, first we have to know knowledge about it. Since after knowing the things and everything, example, if I'm prepared for investment and then later in future, what if my suggestions, what if the knowledge which I have is wrong? What to do in a situation when I already invest, but I know that I made a wrong decision?
No problem. Shaheen, I have mentioned specifically that you are young. Because we are all human beings, Anna ma'am, we do commit mistakes. It is a part of our life. Go ahead, forget about the mistake, but continue with your mistake. and try to rectify your mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. So that is the process of life. We do. I don't know about Anna ma'am, but I have made a lot of mistakes. It is very natural. We will make mistakes. So making mistake is not a problem. Doing investment is a mistake. Okay. Thank you. God bless you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Pinky.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Pinky.
Pinky, kindly ask a question.
Sir, good morning, good evening, sir. I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, as you mentioned before in the last session, public provident fund, as
Yeah.
a student, even we can invest in this fund or
No.
at least
Actually, you have to be 18 plus, 18.
I am already attained the age of 18.
Yeah. 18 plus can open account.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question? Dear participants, we are open for question answer round. Anybody wants to ask any question? Sir, looks like no more questions, sir.
Okay, no problem.
We'll go ahead with the program.
Yeah.
Now
sure.
I would like to call upon our dear HOD, Ma'am Anna I. Mitri, to give a vote of thanks, sir. Ma'am, are you there? Ma'am, can you hear me? Ma'am Anna, are you there, ma'am?
Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I've unmuted. So we've come to the end of the program, a very interesting program. And it is my privilege, sir, to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. So I, on behalf of the Department of Commerce, St. Mary's College, Shilong, first of all, I thank God for being with us throughout the day. And I extend my sincere thanks to our distinguished resource person, Mr. Suryakan Sharma, Senior Consultant, Association of Mutual Fund of India, who had spared time from his busy schedule to deliver a very excellent session and making this webinar very informative and enlightening. Thank you so much, sir. I also extend my thanks to the principal of the college, Dr. Sister Mary Harriet, who is the backbone of this entire program and who positively cooperated with all of us by giving her permission to hold the webinar. We are also grateful to the sponsoring team, the Association of Mutual Fund of India. Without your support, it would not be possible to organize the webinar. I would also like to extend my thanks to Sir Sawan Singh for hosting this program so skillfully and brilliantly. And I also thank the teachers of my department, my colleagues, for their cooperation, because events like these cannot just happen overnight. So we are fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very dedicated and motivated teachers. And finally, I also take this opportunity to extend my thanks to all the guest invitees and our dear students who joined the webinar and who also took part in today's session. Your presence makes this program a success. I once again thank all of you for your cordial cooperation. Thank you.
Ma'am, on my behalf and on behalf of Amfi, I am thankful to all of you, Honorable Principal, yourself, Mr. Swan Singh, and all your faculty members for giving me opportunity to be with you, of course, digitally this time. But next time I will be more than happy to be with you physically also at the first opportunity. I am also thankful to your core team of members or organizers who have made efforts in getting maximum registration for this program. I am also thankful to Mr. Sabjar Ahmed for coordinating this program with you. And top of it, last but not the least, all the participants, particularly your students who have taken interest in the subject even when they are not earning. So, but this is just to prepare them. The importance of money, the importance of saving, and the importance of investment in their life. And I hope they might have find this program useful, and they should discuss this program with their parents as well. When they go home today, they should discuss with their sisters, their brothers and parents about the importance of this program. So I'm thankful to all of you. God bless you all, and we will definitely meet very soon, and we will continue this relationship for further programs as well.
Yes, sir.